I'm Jim Crowder. I'm a mortgage broker, and I've been a mortgage broker for 40 years now. Learned a little bit along the way. I have my own company, Crowder Mortgage, and we've been around that entire period of time. Serve all of Colorado, but most of my loans come from here along the Front Range and down in Denver. And gosh, I'm down into the third generation now of clients I've served. I'm seeing kids, grandkids who need loans to buy their first house. Regulations are increasing, it seems like, on a furious pace, all for the benefit of protecting the consumer. I find that costs go up. The government's gotten greedy and they want a little bit of your money. When you get a mortgage loan, they charge more. They have a fee that's hidden a little bit. And I think it's important for me to explain all these things to people so they understand. And I'd like for them to walk away from their first transaction not only understanding what they just did in terms of getting a loan, but have a pretty complete understanding of the mortgage business. Because as a mortgage broker, I offer the loan programs from over 50 different lenders. Just to contrast, as someone working at a bank can only offer that bank's loan program. So I really work for the customer in that regard, find the best program for them. Whereas a mortgage broker is required to be licensed by the state, so that's a separate function. And in order to get that license, they have to have a background investigation, they have to be fingerprinted, they have to have errors and omissions insurance, they have to have a fidelity bond, they have to go through classroom instruction, and they have to pass a test on federal and state law as well as practice, so that anyone who is a licensed mortgage loan originator in any state in the United States has had that training and is more likely to be a better service to you because they know more. So as a mortgage broker, I'm working for the person sitting in front of me. I think of them as my client or my customer. If I'm a loan officer sitting at a bank, one of the guys that you meet with the blue shirt on when you go in there, they're nice people and they've had some training. In fact, the American Bankers Association offers some training, but they are not licensed and they're working for the bank. First of all, they can only offer the programs that the bank makes available to them. They're not even allowed to talk about other programs. So if you want somebody to work for you, you want to work with a mortgage broker and not somebody sitting in the lobby of a bank. Well, first of all, I think it's trust. Do you have that nice warm feeling that the person that you're talking to has your best interest at heart? They're not desperate to earn their next nickel. They really have time in their lives to spend with you, bring you up to speed on all the things you need to know, answer all your questions. Today, if you were to take all of the regulations having to do with mortgage banking and mortgage brokering now in 6-point type in the Code of Federal Regulations, those regulations would be a stack of documents about 3 feet high in big bound volumes. We have to know all of that, and we have to make sure that even if our customer is unintentionally forgetting to tell us, for instance, that they had this loan from their dad, they should put that on the loan application. It's my job to make sure that nobody unintentionally, I'm going to say the term, commits bank fraud, which is what you would be doing if somebody didn't prompt you to say something about that. And this is where a more experienced person knows where the traps lay and will kind of guide you through the woods and make sure you don't step in one. I mean, if somebody comes to me, I need a pre-qualification letter this afternoon, I want to make an offer on a house, they're working with a realtor I know, I'll ask the questions that I need to ask. I know I need to ask to get to a very quick decision about whether or not that person will qualify for the loan they want to qualify for. I don't have to put them through the whole process of providing all their documentation and completing a loan application. However, the questions I ask are beyond what would be on that loan application anyhow. So I'm going to ask some questions just to make sure that I have a complete set of information for that person. The difference between a mortgage broker and someone working at a bank is that the mortgage broker is working for you. The person at the bank is working for the bank. Who would you rather have working for you?